horrible person.
I don't know what you mean.
Cheating on him is...
Call me Gracie Girl.
The sun rises softly over Heartland Ranch, painting the sky with golden light. Horses graze peacefully in the distance, and the familiar sound of hooves echoes against the barns. On the surface, it seems like just another quiet morning, but underneath that calm lies something different, a quiet tension that no one can quite name. Amy stands by the paddock, watching Spartan move with slow, steady steps. She looks peaceful, but her eyes tell a different story. There's a heaviness there, the kind that comes when your heart is tired from trying too hard for too long. She's been carrying the weight of everyone's expectations, training horses, keeping the ranch running, and trying to be the glue that holds the family together. But lately, even Amy feels that glue starting to crack. Gracie, on the other hand, has been growing fast, not just in age but in spirit. She's learned from Amy's strength, her patience, and her love for horses. But she's also inherited that same stubborn streak. Recently, Gracie's been eager to prove herself, to show she's more than just Amy's student or Ty's daughter. She wants her own voice, her own place at Heartland. But when two strong hearts want different things, sparks are never far behind. That morning, Amy and Gracie work together in the training ring. A young mare named Luna has been giving them trouble. Nervous, skittish, hard to trust anyone. Amy believes Luna just needs time and gentle handling. Gracie thinks the horse needs more structure, more rules, more control. Their different styles start to show, but neither wants to admit the other might be right. Amy corrects Gracie softly. "You're being too firm. She needs to feel safe first." Gracie tightens her grip on the lead rope, her voice steady but sharp, and she'll never learn if we keep letting her do whatever she wants. For a moment, their eyes meet across the dusty ring. There's love there, yes, but also something sharper, something unspoken. It's not anger yet, but it's close. Amy looks away first, brushing the dust from her jeans. Gracie exhales, frustrated, but doesn't push it. The silence that follows feels heavier than words. Around them, the ranch continues its quiet rhythm. Jack checking the fences, Lisa feeding the horses, but in that small corner of Heartland, something has shifted. Later, at breakfast, Lou notices the strange quiet between them. Amy barely touches her coffee. Gracie picks at her food. The usual chatter about horses and ranch work fades into an uncomfortable stillness. Lou tries to lighten the mood, but even her words fall flat. That's when the camera, or the focus, for your faceless video, should linger on small details. Amy's hand tapping nervously against the table. Gracie's eyes glancing toward the window. The soft whinny of Luna from outside. These are the tiny moments that show the distance growing before the storm even begins. Heartland has always been about healing, about finding peace through connection. But sometimes, before healing can happen, old wounds need to break open. And as the sun climbs higher that morning, one thing becomes clear. Something inside both Amy and Gracie is about to break. The next morning, the air feels heavier, like the clouds themselves are holding their breath. Amy is already in the barn, brushing down Luna, her movements careful and steady. She hums softly, an old tune her mother used to sing. And for a moment, everything feels calm again. But calm has a way of breaking too easily in Heartland. Gracie walks in with determined steps, holding a saddle she picked out herself. Her jaw is set, her mind already made up. "I think Luna's ready to ride," she says, her voice calm but firm. Amy turns, her hand resting gently on the horse's mane. Not yet. She's still nervous around sudden movement. "We'll get there. Just not today." Gracie sets the saddle down with a soft thud that echoes more than it should. "We've been saying that for a week, Mom. She needs to face her fears. If we keep waiting, she'll never learn." There it is, the spark, quiet but sharp enough to cut. Amy's eyes soften, but there's frustration behind them. She's been here before, with Ty, with Lou, even with herself. She knows what it's like to want progress so badly that you forget patience. Still, she can't just step aside. This isn't about rushing, Gracie. It's about trust. You don't earn that overnight. Gracie folds her arms, standing taller. "You taught me that horses mirror people. Maybe Luna doesn't trust us because we don't trust her enough to try." The words land heavier than she intended. Amy blinks, caught off guard. Not by what Gracie said, but by how much of herself she hears in it. It's like listening to her younger self argue with her mother all over again. Jack, walking past the barn door, senses the tension but doesn't step in. He knows better. Sometimes people need to find their own way through the storm. Amy sighs and turns away, reaching for a brush. Gracie, this isn't about being brave. It's about being ready. And Luna's not ready. Gracie's reply is almost a whisper, but it slices through the quiet. Or maybe you're not. For a moment, neither of them moves. The horse shifts nervously, feeling the unease between them. Amy's hand freezes midair, the brush hanging limp. There's no shouting, no dramatic explosion, just silence. That kind of silence that hums with all the words neither of them are ready to say. Later, Gracie storms off to the far paddock. The camera of your faceless video could linger on her walking away, boots kicking up dust, her silhouette growing smaller against the open fields. Amy stays behind, pretending to focus on Luna but clearly somewhere else in her mind. Her face doesn't show anger. It shows hurt, confusion, and maybe a little fear. Heartland has seen plenty of disagreements over the years, but this one feels different. It isn't about a horse or chores or stubborn pride. It's about something deeper, change. Gracie is becoming her own person, with her own beliefs, her own instincts. And Amy, who once fought the world for her independence, now finds herself on the other side of that same fight. That's what makes this moment so powerful. It's not just mother versus daughter. It's teacher versus student, past versus future. As the wind picks up outside and the storm clouds roll in, the ranch seems to mirror their emotions. The horses grow restless. The light shifts, colder, grayer. Amy looks out the barn window and whispers softly, almost to herself, "What are we doing, Gracie?" But Gracie is already gone. The fight hasn't truly begun yet, but something has cracked. And once a crack appears, it's only a matter of time before it spreads. By late afternoon, the skies above Heartland grow heavy, thick with gray clouds that threaten rain. The horses sense it first, shifting uneasily in their pens. The smell of dust and thunder mixes in the air. Inside the barn, Amy tries to lose herself in work, stacking hay, fixing a loose hinge, anything to quiet the echo of Gracie's words from earlier. Maybe you're not ready. But silence doesn't heal wounds. It only lets them grow deeper. Footsteps crunch against the gravel outside, quick and determined. Gracie storms back into the barn, eyes blazing, not with anger alone, but with hurt. The kind that builds up over time. She's holding Luna's bridle, her hands trembling slightly, though she's trying hard to hide it. Amy looks up from the tack bench, instantly on guard. "Gracie, what are you doing?" Gracie's voice shakes, but her words are strong. "I saddled Luna. She's ready. I'm taking her out." Amy sets down the tool she's holding, her tone calm but edged with warning. "You're not. Not today. Why?" Gracie fires back, stepping closer. "Because you said so? Because you're Amy Fleming, the one who always knows what's best for everyone?" That stings. Amy's breath catches for half a second, but she keeps her voice steady. "Because I've been where you are, and I know what happens when you push too hard." Gracie lets out a bitter laugh. "No, you don't. You always had people trusting you. You always had your chance to prove yourself. I'm just supposed to stand here and watch?" Amy's patience starts to thin. "You're not listening to me. This isn't about you, Gracie. It's about Luna's safety." Gracie's eyes flash. "No, Mom, it's about yours. You're scared to let anyone else take control." There it is, the truth neither wanted to face. The air between them tightens, almost electric. The barn seems smaller, the light dimmer. Even the horses fall quiet, as if they know something sacred is breaking. Amy steps forward, her voice rising, emotion spilling out despite her best effort to contain it. "I'm trying to protect you." "You think I don't know what loss feels like? Every time you step into that ring, I see Ty. I see everything I've ever been afraid to lose." The words hang heavy. Gracie's eyes soften for just a moment, but pride keeps her from backing down. "Then maybe that's the problem," she whispers. "You keep seeing the past when I'm standing right in front of you." Amy's expression cracks. There's no anger now, just pain. The storm outside finally breaks, rain slamming against the barn roof, thunder rumbling like the sound of two hearts colliding. In your faceless video, this moment should feel cinematic. Camera panning slowly between Amy and Gracie as the rain falls harder, their voices breaking under the sound. Amy turns away, running a hand through her hair, her voice trembling. "You think I don't believe in you, but I do. I just don't want to lose you the way I lost him." Gracie's grip on the bridle tightens. "Then stop holding me back. You can't protect me from everything." The two stand there, mother and daughter, love and fear, strength and stubbornness, staring at each other through the blur of rain and tears. No one wins, because this isn't a fight meant to be won. It's one that needed to happen. After a long silence, Gracie drops the bridle, the sound echoing like an ending. The rain stops, but the silence stays. By morning, Heartland feels different. The storm has passed, yet its echo still lingers, hanging in the air, caught in the spaces between every word left unsaid. The ranch, usually alive with chatter and movement, moves slower today. Even the horses seem quieter, their breaths soft, their hooves muffled by the damp ground. Amy sits alone by the kitchen window, a mug of untouched coffee cooling in her hands. Outside, the fields glisten with dew, and faint mist rolls across the pasture. It's beautiful, but she can't see it. All she sees is Gracie walking away the night before. The way her daughter didn't look back, the sound of her boots fading into the rain. Jack enters quietly, hat in hand. He doesn't ask what happened. He doesn't need to. He just says, "Storm got rough last night, and that's enough." Amy nods but doesn't answer. Her voice feels trapped somewhere behind her ribs. Across the ranch, Gracie stands by the far fence line, brushing Luna's mane in silence. The horse moves calmly now, as if sensing her pain. There's no anger left in Gracie, just exhaustion, the kind that seeps deep into the bones. She's not proud of what she said, but part of her still believes it needed to be said. Sometimes truth doesn't come gently. Sometimes it tears through like lightning, burning everything it touches before the sky clears again. In your faceless video, this part should feel slow, reflective. Let the visuals breathe. Long shots of rainwater dripping from barn roofs, the quiet sway of the trees, a close-up of Amy's hand tracing circles on her coffee cup. These silent images tell the story of two people caught in the aftermath of their own hearts. Later that day, Lou stops by the barn. She finds Gracie there, still working with Luna. "She's coming along," Lou says softly. Gracie nods but doesn't look up. Lou hesitates, then adds, "You know your mom only pushes hard because she cares harder." Gracie's eyes glisten, but she blinks the tears away. "I know, I just wish she'd see that I'm trying to care too." Meanwhile, Amy returns to the training ring, the same spot where everything went wrong. The ground is muddy, and the fences are slick from the rain. She stands there for a long time, staring at the hoofprints half washed away. She picks up the fallen bridle, the one Gracie dropped, and turns it over in her hands. The leather is still wet, cold to the touch. That's when Lisa approaches quietly, a comforting presence as always. "You know," she says gently, "sometimes the best thing you can do for someone you love is step back and let them stumble a little. You did it your way once, Amy. Maybe now it's her turn." Amy looks out toward the horizon where the storm clouds are breaking apart, revealing a pale blue sky. There's guilt in her eyes, but also understanding. "I just don't want her to get hurt," she whispers. Lisa smiles softly. "She's your daughter. She's already stronger than you think. The camera, or the focus of your narration, can linger here." Amy, standing in the ring, holding the bridle, rainwater dripping from its edges, her reflection faint in the muddy ground. There's a quiet acceptance beginning to bloom, a fragile one, but real. Back in the paddock, Gracie leans her forehead against Luna's neck, whispering, "I didn't mean to hurt her." The horse snorts softly, almost like a reply. Two hearts, two silences, one shared ache, both waiting for the other to take the first step. By sunset, the sky clears completely. The light turns golden again, the same color as the morning before the fight. But nothing feels the same. The world looks familiar, yet everything inside it has changed. The fallout isn't loud. It's quiet. It's the sound of reflection, regret, and love trying to find its way home. And as the day ends, one truth remains. Storms may break fences, but they also water the ground for new growth. Amy sits by the stables, watching the last rays of sunlight fall over the fields. There's dirt on her jeans, hay in her hair, and a world of thoughts behind her tired eyes. She's replaying every word, every look, every moment from the day before. The way Gracie's voice trembled, the way she said, "You keep seeing the past when I'm standing right in front of you." That line keeps echoing in her mind, like a truth she wasn't ready to face. Heartland has taught Amy a lot, about horses, about people, about loss, but it never taught her how to let her daughter grow up. That's a different kind of lesson, one that doesn't come with a guide. At the same time, Gracie sits by the old corral, sketchbook in hand. She's not drawing horses this time. She's drawing her mom. Not perfect lines or smiling faces, just shadows and shapes. Because that's what Amy feels like to her right now. Someone both near and distant. Someone she loves but can't quite reach. The sky darkens slowly, and the sound of crickets fills the air. It's the kind of evening where every sound feels louder, every thought feels sharper. Gracie flips through her sketches, sighs softly, and whispers to herself, "I shouldn't have said those things." In your faceless video, this scene should linger on the emotions. Close-ups of hands, soft light falling through barn doors, the quiet flicker of lanterns. No faces, just feelings. Let the silence do the talking. As the night deepens, Jack finds Amy still in the barn. He doesn't say much, just leans against the doorframe like he used to when she was younger. You know, he says after a pause, your mom once said the hardest part of loving someone is learning when to stop leading and start letting them walk. Amy looks down, smiling faintly through the sadness. Guess I'm still learning, Jack nods. We all are. Later, Amy walks outside, the night air cool against her skin. The stars are out, bright, endless, and unbothered by human troubles. She sees a lantern flickering by the corral and knows it's Gracie. For a moment, she hesitates. Pride whispers not yet, but love pushes her forward. She walks slowly toward her daughter. Gracie notices her but doesn't move. The silence between them stretches, long and delicate, like glass that could shatter if either of them says the wrong thing. Finally, Amy breaks it. You were right, she says quietly. I've been holding too tight. Gracie looks up, surprised. Mom? Amy shakes her head gently. No, listen. I was scared. Not of you failing, but of losing you. I forget sometimes that you're not the little girl running around the barn anymore. You're... you. Gracie's eyes glisten under the lantern light. I just wanted you to trust me the way you trusted yourself when you started. Amy steps closer, her voice soft but steady. Then I will. Starting now. There's no grand music here, no dramatic hug, just a small, real moment. Amy reaches out, brushing a strand of hair from Gracie's face, and they both let out the breath they've been holding for days. The horses stir softly nearby, Luna nickering as if sensing the peace returning. Gracie smiles faintly and says, She's calmer now. Amy nods, looking toward the horse. Maybe she was just waiting for us to be. The lantern flickers once more, and the two stand together in the quiet night, side by side. Not as teacher and student, not as mother and daughter locked in battle, but as two people learning each other all over again. Amy is already awake, standing in the open field with Spartan. The horse nudges her shoulder gently and she smiles, an honest, tired smile, the kind that only comes after you've faced something hard and survived it. The camera, or your narration, should capture this moment slowly. The wind brushing through her hair, the faint warmth of sunrise on her face. She's changed, not dramatically but deeply. There's a softness in her now, a quiet acceptance that letting go doesn't mean losing control. A few yards away, Gracie walks toward her with Luna on the lead. Her steps are careful, but there's confidence in them, a quiet determination that wasn't there before. Luna moves calmly beside her, ears forward, eyes bright. Whatever fear the horse carried seems to have faded overnight, maybe because her humans finally found peace. Amy turns when she hears the sound of hooves and footsteps. Their eyes meet across the field, not as opponents this time, but as equals. No music swells, no words are needed. The air itself feels lighter, like the ranch has been waiting for this moment. Gracie breaks the silence first, her tone soft but sure. She's ready now, Amy nods. Then let's see what she can do. Together, they move into the training ring. Gracie mounts Luna slowly, steady and patient, while Amy stands nearby. Not to control, not to correct, but to support. Luna circles the pen gracefully, her movements fluid, her trust clear. Every step feels like a small miracle. Not because the horse changed overnight, but because Amy and Gracie did. When Gracie dismounts, Amy walks over, rests a hand on Luna's neck, and says simply, "You did good, both of you." Gracie smiles, that quiet kind of smile that means everything's finally right again. The sun breaks fully over the hills, bathing the ranch in golden light. It's not the same Heartland it was before the fight. It's better, stronger, more honest. In your faceless video, this scene should flow like a gentle montage. The horses galloping across wet fields. Jack watching from the porch, a small smile tugging at his lips. Lou pouring coffee and glancing toward the window, relieved. Amy and Gracie walking side by side, their shadows long against the rising sun. Over this, the narration should turn reflective. In Heartland, love isn't always soft. Sometimes it's loud, messy, and hard to hold. But it always finds its way back. Through the storms, through the silence, through the moments when words fall short. Amy and Gracie's clash wasn't the end of their bond. It was the test that made it stronger. The final image should be poetic. Luna grazing calmly, Spartan watching from a distance, and Amy and